Jasmine used to be Mindy. Raised by strict Southern Baptist parents, 5 years ago she decided to swap her business suit for a burqa.
My life didn't have any meaning, and I just couldn't figure out what my purpose was. When I found Islam, I realized that the purpose of everyone is to worship Allah.
After converting, Yasmin arranged herself a husband, and they now have 3 kids. She's so devoted to Islam, she follows the Quran to the letter, a guiding force in difficult times.
I think that Islam is offering a new way of life to many people in America, and I think that it has the solution to a lot of prevailing evils in society. I mean, you know, there's a rape every minute, drug abuse, very high divorce rates, adultery, fornication. All of these things are very destructive to the moral fiber of any society.
Sisters, I have an announcement. Sister Marguerite wants to take the Shahada.
What?
Let's make a circle. She's ready to accept Islam.
Sisters, there's a lady here. She's going to make Shahada. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Takbir. Okay, come on.
Marguerite.
Go ahead and take it. We'll join the salah.
أشهد أن لا إله أشهد.
She's going to become Muslim.
Say أشهد
أشهد
أن لا إله إلا الله.
There's no God but Allah.
وأشهد
أشهد
أن
أن
محمد.
Every time somebody embraces Islam, subhanAllah, it just always reminds me of when I took the Shahada myself. And it's just very emotional for most people. And I'm just happy, and I hope that Allah guides her to the straight path and gives her the knowledge of this deen and success in this life and the next life.
Caddo Mills is a one-horse town on Route 66. It's got 1 gas station, 1 grocery store, 6 churches, and 1 white Muslim, David.
Islam emphasizes a lot of the same ideals that this country was actually founded on. Ideals of individual rights for all people, equality under the law. I would say that being Muslim has helped me to better appreciate the values on which the country was founded, and I think to a certain extent the country has forgotten. At this point I couldn't actually even conceive of not being Muslim. I think it's kind of like the idea of thinking about, you know, not breathing. There's a lot of pressure to not convert to Islam, but on the other hand, there's always been an undercurrent in American popular culture of supporting the underdog, or you know, not going with the herd. There's plenty of people still in this country that are willing to say, well, I believe this is true and I'm going to go with that, you know, and if anybody doesn't like it, well, nuts to them.
Like the other white converts, David actually thinks being Muslim makes him a better American. With his wife Najma and their 2 daughters, he's living his version of the American dream.
Life without pickles is just...
But is it tough being the only Muslim family in town?
Do people look at us? Yeah, they do. It's so common now that I really hardly even notice it. We actually get stared at on all sides. When we're in the larger non-Muslim society, people stare at my wife or my daughter because they're wearing the hijab, and then they realize they're with that blonde white American guy. Well, what's up with that? So they, you know, instead of staring at them, they start staring at me, and then they start staring at all of us. And it kind of goes the other way in the Muslim community. You know, here's this blonde white guy, and you know, well, who's he? He's with her. Well, what's going on there? So we kind of get stared at from all sides. But most people are pretty polite about it. You know, they try not to stare. People out here, if anything, are more tolerant than the people in the city. the stereotype of the the Southern bigot is really pretty unfair.
Thank you. Thank you.
Put them in the bag?
Yeah. Thank you.
You'll have a good night.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Texans might be tolerant, but it's still a hugely religious state. Surely Bible bashers wouldn't let Christians turn Muslim without putting up a fight.
253 Danforth, Claremore, Oklahoma.
Eric runs his trucking company in downtown Dallas.
Is Marianne out there?
He's a Muslim Lone Ranger in an office full of Christians.
Marianne, Eric, looking for you.
For Eric and right-hand man Ron, every day at the office is a religious high noon.
Are you a Muslim?
No.
He will be.
I'm the Christian side of this office.
He's working on it. Southwest.
This the Christian side and this the Muslim side.
Has Eric you tried to convert you?
Yes, several times.
Everybody in the office.
We've had several big conversations.
He's a preacher.
I'm a minister. Yeah.
Thanks, this.
We have more in common than Eric wishes to care to.
No, I'm the
to
one that
let
told
on
him
about.
that we have more in common than he thinks. And
No,
he now agrees
we
with
have
me.
more in common than he thinks. He just doesn't want to come to the Christian side. Oh, back home. Back home would be the
Been
word.
there, done
back
that.
home. He don't want to come back home.
Been there, done that.
He don't want to come back home. That's all right. He's coming back. He's coming back home.
Islam is everything I wanted Christianity to be.
Wouldn't you consider becoming a Muslim?
Yes, but he probably...
When or would?
Would you?
No.
You want to rephrase that? Try him again. Try him one more time.
You ask him.
Ron, is it possible that you could become a Muslim?
Depending on how much money you all have.
No money. No money.
And you seem to have plenty of money. You got enough money, I'll become a Muslim. No, I'm not considering it.
I'll wear him down. Fax that to this number, and then give me this back. That 516 that you can barely read.
What did you know about Muslims before working with Eric?
What do most people think? Terrorists.